Hello and welcome to SynSysCo's Product Studio. This video is about the OMNI line of helium compressors manufactured by SynSysCo. In this video, we're going to review three things. One is what is it that makes an OMNI compressor unique? Two, how that uniqueness can be used to update legacy installed base of compressors. And three, how you can incrementally upgrade your systems using an OMNI compressor. First of all, let's talk about the uniqueness of the compressors. An OMNI compressor can drive multiple pumps manufactured by different manufacturers when those pumps are installed on a tool and operating all at the same time. Because of this unique capability, an OMNI can be used to replace existing legacy compressors who are approaching the end of their useful life and no longer economically repairable. To install an OMNI, you simply select the model that is most appropriate to replace the compressor you have, and once selected, you disconnect your existing compressor, roll in the OMNI, hook up the utilities, hook up the cryopumps using exactly the same cables and connectors, and go right back to business. So it's a fit, form, and function replacement. Now, once you've installed the OMNI, it opens up other opportunities for you. Because it can drive cryopumps made by different manufacturers, it will be very happy driving the ones you have, but you may find that another cryopump may have superior operating characteristics to one you already have installed, and this gives you the opportunity to remove the existing cryopump when it needs service and install a higher performance cryopump that could improve your capabilities. We'll get that into a lot of detail at the end of the video. But first, I'd like to give you a little background on what created the OMNI and who are we working with on this endeavor. Well, first of all, SynSysCo is the North American distributor for Sumitomo Cryogenics of America, located in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We became their distributor for the Marathon line of cryogenic equipment in 2016. Sumitomo of America, known as SCAI, is a U.S. subsidiary of Sumitomo Heavy Industries in Japan, about an $11 billion a year business. When we became a distributor, we brought their Marathon line of equipment to the marketplace, and we quickly discovered that there were some gaps in the support of the existing installed base of compressors and cryopumps we found in the industry. The biggest gap being that many of the legacy compressors and cryopumps that were installed were not easily upgraded, and that was because the OEMs of this equipment had new systems that were not backwards compatible with the existing installed base. So that if an end user wanted to upgrade, let's say, a compressor or a cryopump, they could not do it on an incremental basis. They would have to remove all of the equipment and install the latest generation equipment because it was not backwards compatible with the installed base. So when SynSysCo discovered this, we realized that there was a great opportunity in the market, and we set out to develop the OMNI module. And the OMNI module creates the proper phasing and control and voltages to run the existing installed base of many manufacturers' cryopumps. So the OMNI compressor then can be installed and run the existing installed base. To create the OMNI compressors, we teamed up with Sumitomo and decided to use their F-series compressor. The compressor is renowned in the industry because Sumitomo compressors are found on virtually every MRI machine in the world. This gives them an installed base of over 20,000 units, and those units are supported globally in over 8 locations. So this is an ideal setup to create the OMNI compressor. When you buy an OMNI, you have a module that is created by SynSysCo, mounted to a compressor developed by Sumitomo. Now, let's go back to that upgrade capability. Let's say you have a process where there is a cryopump on the process chamber and on the load lock, and they are driven by a single compressor. Once that compressor is replaced with an OMNI, and you're driving your existing cryopumps, you may review the specifications perhaps of the process pump and find that a Sumitomo cryopump may offer higher performance characteristics than the existing cryopump, perhaps in pumping speed, perhaps in carrying capacity. So when the existing process pump comes to the end of its life cycle and needs to be removed and repaired, or perhaps it's just the end of its useful life, you can then install a Sumitomo cryopump on the process chamber while keeping the other manufacturer's cryopump on the load lock. The OMNI compressor is happy driving the new Sumitomo on the process, where you may be getting better performance now, and it's happy driving the existing load lock pump that you already own. So you can incrementally plan to upgrade compressors and then cryopumps on your system and then perhaps improve performance. Now let's talk about the individual models that make up the OMNI Helium Compressor line. The first model is the OMNI 100. It is an air-cooled version and requires 25 amps single phase 208 to 230. It will drive one 8-inch pump. You can connect a standard pump from another manufacturer to this point, and you can connect an auto-regen pump to this point, and you can connect the Sumitomo 8-inch pump down here. Again, it will drive one 8-inch pump. A water-cooled version of this compressor will be released in 2021. Now let's take a look at the other three compressors in the family. You'll notice right off that in fit and form they're identical. They have the same footprint, they have the same height, they have the same connections. They vary only in the ampacity needed to drive them and in the displacement of the internal helium capsule and in the charge pressures used to run your pumps. Let's take the OMNI 800. This compressor can drive two 8-inch pumps or one 10-inch pump. Again, you'll see that there are ports for 3 standard pumps and 3 auto-regen pumps. The reason we have 3 is sometimes customers have 4-inch pumps or 100 series pumps, and it can drive 2 or 3 of those. Next in line is the OMNI 900. The OMNI 900 is a 30-amp machine requiring 208 to 230 volts 3-phase. It can drive 2 or 3 8-inch pumps and one 10-inch pump. That being said, when we mention the number of pumps on any of these 3 units here, they're nominal numbers. When we talk with you about your existing compressor and your process, we'll review the number of pumps, their sizes, their radiant heat loads, the length of the hoses, the charge pressures you can use, and that'll help us define exactly which compressor you can use and how many pumps it can drive. Next in line is the OMNI 1000. This is the largest compressor we have. It is a 40-amp machine requiring 208 to 233 phase. It will drive 3 or more 8-inch pumps and 2 or more 10-inch pumps, 2 12s, 2 16s, or 120. And again, the configuration and mix of any pump is based on your process, your radiant heat loads, and the specifics of your application. So that makes up the family of the existing line of OMNI Helium compressors with more models coming out next year. If you have interest, please feel free to contact us. We'll review your specific application and help you determine which is the best fit for you.